my brother that has something like mine on his face. But we want to quickly move so that we can start our conversation. Steve, you're welcome, sir. I hope we are safe in this place today. Anything violence on Twitter, must tag Steve. That's him. Putting on cap. Mark his face, right? We will not invite him for our party. All right, so let me leave you with my co-anchor to do the next item on the agenda. We'll come back to introduce our guest to you when we are done with this session. Thank you.
Moving on to the next item, we will be going on to welcome address and opening remark. But before then, in case you're just walking in, this is Osogbo Entrepreneurship Chat 3.0 with the team Building Scalable Businesses. All right, the person who would be giving us a welcome address to this great event is Mr. Abimbola Akinyemi David. When you see him, you know he's about to give us something. Let's put our hands together for Mr. Abimbola Akinyemi. Seeing a man bear the name Abimbola, you know he's not just an ordinary person. Mr. Abimbola, you're welcome.
Good morning. Are we fighting? Good morning. All right. I'll just quickly go through the remarks so that we don't delay our speakers. It is with immense joy that I, on behalf of the Ad hoc Committee of Inside Osogbo, welcome all speakers, panelists, and participants to this Entrepreneurship Chat 3.0. Osogbo Entrepreneurship Chat, of a truth, has become a premier platform for discussing innovation, entrepreneurship, and business growth. Beyond that, it is also in the celebration of the growth of Inside Osogbo as both a business and a social impact platform. No doubt, the Inside Osogbo platform has, over the course of the last 4 years, become the go-to platform of verifiable products, vendors, and even information in and around Osogbo. Folks all around give kudos to the administrators of this platform on the different social media platforms for mostly, in quotes, linking them up with activities in and around Osogbo. Bulk of these people on the various platforms may have not even set their foot in Osogbo for a very long time. Entrepreneurship Chat is a free event carefully designed to train, equip, and impact business and networking knowledge on business owners and employees, that they may be complete and thoroughly furnished for profitability and sustainability. As stated above, the Osogbo Entrepreneurship Chat is a free event, but we all know that nothing is free in this world. Someone or some people somewhere paid for it. It is therefore important that we appreciate all our sponsors, donors, and well-wishers for their invaluable, generous, and unquantifiable continued support to this project and to all other projects of Inside Osogbo. But without them, we may not be able to pull this through. And on behalf of the ad hoc team of Inside Osogbo, we say thank you. The first edition of the Osogbo Entrepreneurship Chat was on marketing, branding, and doing business for entrepreneurs. Second edition was on tracking your growth as an entrepreneur, and now the third edition is titled Building Scalable Businesses, Strategies for Sustainable Growth and Customer-Centric Innovation. According to Shopify.com, a scalable business model is one that can handle growth, high demand, and increased workloads without sacrificing performance or efficiency. Went further to say that scalability is a company's ability to drive profitable and sustainable growth. Scalable business model design means structuring your business so that even as growth leads to increased volumes and higher revenue, the cost of resources and production doesn't rise proportionally. To ensure sustainable growth, scalable companies are designed to adapt and expand So even as systems are tested by additional demand, the business doesn't fall apart or incur profit-killing expenses. Philip Wallach, on his own, describes scalability in the world of business to mean having the flexibility and capacity to handle growth without compromising quality, customer satisfaction, or profitability. It involves designing your business operations and processes in a way that allows you to easily scale up or down as needed, like a well-oiled machine that can smoothly adjust its gears. He further describes the importance of scalability as the foundation of one's business sustainability and potential for long-term success. A scalable business model enables you to seize growth opportunities, enter new markets, and respond to customer demands effectively. It allows you to stay agile and competitive in a rapidly evolving business landscape. Without scalability, businesses can quickly become stagnant and struggle to keep up with market demands. They may find themselves unable to fulfill orders, deliver products or services on time, or meet customer expectations. In contrast, a scalable business positions you for success by providing the necessary framework to handle growth while maintaining operational excellence. There are key elements to consider in understanding the essence and impact of building scalable business, and this includes but not limited to efficient use of resources, streamlined operations, effective marketing strategies, amongst other means. Drive scalability, we must, as a matter of importance, consider technology and automation, strategic hiring and structure, standardized processes, and leveraging external resources, amongst other things to consider. By focusing on creating scalable products, leveraging technology, building a strong team, and establishing repeated processes, one can position a startup for rapid growth and make it more attractive to customers and even investors. Give justice to the posters above. We have carefully selected speakers across sectors who are truly entrepreneurs, cutting their teeth within the SME space to speak from their knowledge and wealth of experience on essential business structures for sustainability, collaborations within the workspace, integrating mental health for sustainable growth, and managing feedbacks from customers and of society. We also have a rich faculty of panelists to do justice to the wide range of questions that may bother our minds. We do hope that we will take the lessons and impact our society. This, therefore, with great pleasure and on behalf of the ad hoc committee of Inside Osogbo team, that we welcome you all to this Osogbo Entrepreneurship Chat 3.0 and wish us all impactful deliberations. Thank you.
Great. All right, moving on to the next thing. We will be bringing on our first speaker, and I am so delighted to talk about this person. Opening the floor with the great spark and set of imagination ablaze, the mental health speaker, Dr. Abiola Ofagui, a Master of Public Administration, a dedicated professional holding a BA in psychology, MS in clinical mental health counseling at Post University at the University in the United States of America. And with our expertise this morning, she will be sharing invaluable insight on maintaining mental wellness while navigating the challenges of entrepreneurship. Okay. We have it here that Dr. Abiola Fagui, MSc, CMHC, is a mental health counselor with a master's degree in clinical mental health counseling, a volunteer at the Domestic Violence and Sexual Abuse Unit at the University of Maryland, Capital Region in USA, where she supports survivors. In Nigeria, she also works with SAGE and NML Foundation, SANDEF, as a mental health counselor, helping to raise awareness about mental health and support people in need through therapy and counseling. Abiola combines our clinical skills with community services, showing a dedication to help others and making a difference. And what she will be discussing with us this morning, she'll be helping us navigate challenges, maintaining our mental health with the challenges that comes with being entrepreneurs. We know how it is, how stressful it is to be entrepreneurs, especially in Nigeria. Nigerian economy will whine you, but are you going to panic? Nigerian economy will whine us all, but are we going to panic? Okay, so Dr. Abiola Ofagboye will be joining us virtually. Okay, while we are waiting to hear her properly, I was asking, as an entrepreneur, after been a time in your life that something shook you? When I mean shook, it shake you. After been a time, or no, the ride has just been very smooth, especially in Nigeria. It should be smooth, isn't it?
valued and mentally well, they are more likely to engage fully in work. They also think outside the box and offer new ideas. I'm going to be explaining further. It helps them to reduce stress and anxiety. In a supportive environment where the stress and anxiety are minimized, this allows employees to focus on their tasks without the mental drain or personal concerns or workplace pressures. This mental clarity fosters better decision making and the ability to approach problems with fresh perspectives. Let's look at it from a different angle. You don't want to work with someone that is always coming to work very cranky, tired all the time, has life issues, and so many things that is just happening at once, right? One, a well-minded person, we want to be around a healthy mind, and we're able to speak up, and we're able to take care of ourselves, and we're able to take care of our minds, because whether we like it or not, if we don't, the same way we're able to focus on our physical needs, take time to make sure that we get a haircut, or wear clothes, spray less cologne or perfumes, and all of that, right? That same way is that same energy that we put into those physical needs, those physical appearance, or those physical needs is exactly that we need to also add into our mental health, right? We cannot deal with that. Now, we also increased engagement and collaboration. This is by when a mentally healthy workplace promotes open communication, collaboration, and trust. It makes your work easy. It makes your business go smooth. It just makes everything around you become accessible, right? And employees feel heard and respected. They are more willing to share ideas, even unconventional ones. This one can be a little bit challenging because when you have a boss or a CEO that is always acting like the boss and not giving the employees an access to him or her, or giving the employee access to be heard, to share their opinions, to share their ideas, it becomes really difficult, because at the end of the day, you just never know the kind of information or knowledge that your employee carries. Right? So it's best that you're able to give them a healthy workplace where they're able to just come and thrive. Let's look at Google's mental health and well-being programs. Google is known for its supportive workplace culture, which includes mental health programs, employee sessions, and access to mental health professionals. By promoting well-being, Google has fostered a culture of creativity and innovation, leading to the development of groundbreaking products like Google Maps, email, and many more, which we are all benefiting from today. Imagine if Google had not made this kind of mental well-being programs, right? Imagine if they had not given access to their employees. One of the things that we've been able to come up with that we're enjoying today would not have come to life. Employers feel empowered to brainstorm, to take risks, and experiment with new ideas, all of which contribute to continuous innovation. Let's look at the Salesforce's mental health initiative. Salesforce advises employee mental health through initiatives like flexible working hours, wellness reinforcement, and mental health resources. Let's talk about flexible working hours for a minute. I know that some bosses or some CEOs are very used to taking all the hours that they need from their employees. There's no, some people don't have a structure, a schedule that is well structured. If you need employees to be at work or at your business is at a certain time, let me stick to that time. For example, if you need them to be at work maybe at 10 or 9 a.m., you're not just going to leave the house at 5. We have to also consider they also have a family. They are similar like us, right? And we also have to consider the traffic, the stress of leaving their home to come and attend to your business. You also have to think about that. I don't want us to, I think with the challenge that a lot of bosses and CEOs or entrepreneurs deal with on a daily basis is is not understanding or forgetting that these people that work for you are also human like you. Right? You don't want to see that you're doing them a favor because they're working for you. So, Self-Trust emphasizes employee mental health through initiatives like flexible working hours, wellness enforcement, and mental health resources. The company also holds wellness days to allow employees time off to recharge. Okay? Do not be overused. Even for yourself, do not be overused. Take some time off if you as planned. Even themselves, they really have nothing to bring to the table without their employees. And they need their employees to be more productive at work. And the only way they can get that result is making sure that their employees are absenteeism and productivity, and analyzing the return on investment of mental health programs. Evaluations can help identify areas for improvement and demonstrate the value of these initiatives to stakeholders. For example, Airtel Nigeria. Airtel Nigeria conducts quarterly assessment of its mental health program by reviewing employee feedback and performance metrics. This ongoing evaluation has led to adjustments in their wellness offerings, resulting in reduced absenteeism and increased employee satisfaction, thereby boosting overall business performance. All right, to round this up for today, integrating mental health into your business strategy is essential for sustainable growth and innovation. By prioritizing employee well-being, you foster a more engaged and productive workforce, driving long-term success. I encourage you to apply this insight and support a healthier work environment. Thank you so much, everyone, for your attention. If you have any question or you need further assistance, please feel free to contact me. My email address is here, which is abiolact29@gmail.com. I look forward to your continued success and growth. Thank you once again.
isn't a luxury, but what? And what does that imply? Very, very important. You wouldn't know that something is wrong, and this thing starts with stress. When you are stressed, you just begin to be cranky, you begin to even when someone calls you and they say, I want to purchase a particular product for you, but because you are not relaxed, your mental health, you're overused, you begin to act the way you're not meant to. And I know she already dropped our email address in case you have any question as regards your mental health. And yeah, you can walk up to any psychologist or a therapist. When you have mental breakdown, it doesn't mean that you are mad. It doesn't mean that you're mentally deranged. It just means that you need to speak with someone. I hope we got that. All right, we'll be moving on to the next item.
Of course, yes. And if you need someone to speak to, feel free to reach out to me.
Are you not a therapist?
I can help do that, but I only attend to women because women issues, they are easily understandable. For men, I cannot handle your issues because you want to provide for your family. Take your problems to God. God will answer. So a quick one, we are going to go to the second session. We will skip one of the activities we have now, then we'll go straight to the second lecture. But before then, we didn't do a proper introduction of our guest when they came in because we had to rush a couple of things. The person that just spoke to us is Abiola Ofagboye. I know my colleague has done the needful introducing her to us. Let me introduce quickly to you one of our speakers for today, Mr. Munir Kolawole is here, please. Can you stand up for recognition? Let people see you. Yes, he's here. On the way, we have Mr. Clinton Oyelami. He will join us soon. Also in the house, this is it morning or afternoon? We're still in the morning. We have Osato Omo Osemwinge. I did not ask you to clap for yourself, boss. People will clap for you. Please clap for my boss. So when she comes to the front, she will tell you guys why she has refused to pay my salary in the last 10 months. At least if she pay all those, I'll be able to afford the 40,000 naira bag of rice from the federal government. A quick citation on Mr. Munir Kolawole. He's going to be taking us on the next session of lecture. Munir Kolawole is a seasoned chartered accountant with over 7 years of experience in finance, strategy, and consulting. Currently, he serves as the lead finance analyst at a prominent mobility startup in Lagos, where he played a key role in securing over $50 million Series A and B funding. His expertise spans across startup financing, credit analysis, financial modeling, and strategy. Munir has consulted for various SMEs in and around Osun, including Abebi Foods, Olawale Plastic, Real Exploit, Murphy Gate Steel, among others. He holds a bachelor degree in accounting and finance from University of Benin, Uniben, and currently an MBA student at Copenhagen Business School. Additionally, he is McKinsey Forward Fellow. Olawale is the co-founder of Soft Edu, a social enterprise dedicated to revolutionize education in Nigeria. The innovation platform automates administrative processes for primary and secondary school. He also serves on the board of TEDx Osogbo, further demonstrating his commitment to fostering innovations and ideas in his community. Ladies and gentlemen, with joy in our hearts this morning, make welcome to this edition of Osogbo Entrepreneurship Chart, Mr. Munir Kolawole. Please a round of applause for him.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry. Oh, sorry, who was the lady that when she was introducing herself, she said she's into training and recruitment. Training and recruitment. Okay, so I would like to have your contact after the. Well, there's a role for an account officer for a company here. Okay. Okay, so I like my. Okay, while we wait for this slide, I know most of us are actually asking God for one thing or the other, majorly money. Okay, like now, if God is to answer your money prayer request today, maybe let's say you're asking for 100 million or 500 million, do you have the capacity to receive 500 million in your account? You have someone that is actually using OPay and is asking for 500 million. We shall see. Sorry, this slide is coming up now. Okay. So basically, I'll be discussing about the structure and essential structures for a scalable and viable SME. I assume everyone here said they are all entrepreneurs into either producing or rendering one service or the other. So, sorry, next slide. Okay, so basically this is the outline for today's, let me say, it will be more of a master class actually. Structure you need to have a scalable SME or a business, it'll actually, not to mention a view, let's assume that we are all small and medium-sized business. So to some extent, you need this structure, you need this foundation to have a very good and scalable business. Next slide. Okay. I'm sure most of us remember this guy. So it was a trending video. He was asking for $100 million. When I saw the video, I was like, does this guy know what $100 million is? So just to put in new context. So I worked for a startup one time. They received about $500,000 in pre-seed. So upon getting the 500,000, they were trying to convert back to Naira from their offshore account in the US. And they were caught up. So that, wow, they actually needed less than what they actually got for. So I advised them to do a kind of currency swap. So what they did was that I advised them to put that $100,000 into a money market to be generating income from them. Then they will actually get a Naira of actually what they need. They needed about 200 million. So to get that 200 million, they will pay Nigeria interest on it. So it will be kind of edge or to reduce the pressure. Sometimes when we ask for something, we don't understand the magnitude or how big it is until you receive it. So a lot of us, like I said earlier, a lot of us are praying for what we don't have the capacity and structure to receive. And maybe that's why we have not received it yet. You have to build that structure. You have to build that foundation for you to receive what you're actually asking for to grow your business. Please, next slide. Okay, so I will tell us a very practical story of two companies here in Osogbo. So there was this furniture company got a contract for a state university in Ogun State to help them to innovate all their lecture and theater. It was a very big contract, about 42 million. So they asked him to send a quote, invoice, and all. Unfortunately for the business, it was actually very small, but it does not have the structure, no proper tax clearance, no invoicing, no an account that, if you want to do a business to business, that's what they call B2B. B2B is consumer to business, and there's B2B. If you want to be B2B business, you don't just send WhatsApp that this is my account number, OPay, send money into. No, there are some process in place that you have to do. First is you have to send your quote or your invoice that will mark your company's name. I'm sure there are some companies that actually understand what I'm saying. Then two is that your company name will match your bank account. Understand? These are very basic structure that if you don't have it now, please just start the process, because once you can get that contract, you actually. So this company does not have that. He has been receiving money into his personal account. So someone directed it to me, but it was actually too late. So it was like kind of open bid. So those that actually bidded for the contract got it, but it could not get the contract because they don't have just the simple structure or process in place to get these 42 million furniture contract. The second company is a branding company here in Osogbo too. This happened about 3 years. I consulted from the company. I set up the accounting, everything. So we needed to buy a very big equipment. It was close to about, these brands, their equipment are always very expensive. We had the plan on how to repay. So we approached a debt, an investor, but it will be a debt. We have two types of how you can receive money to get there. It can either be equity. Equity is, you are giving the investor that, take 10% of my business and bring me 1 million naira. Or it can either be debt. Debt is that you give me the money, I'll be paying interest, either monthly or quarterly or yearly, as the case may be. Okay, so this business, he has the structure, he has the finance, he understands his numbers actually. So he approached the investor, or it's something, I can't remember the exact figure now, to acquire that asset. So he drew a plan, a model that this is how I'll be paying. I'll be paying about 4 million plus every month. How are you going to play it? This is my current monthly revenue. This is the breakdown of my product. This is how the daily inflow comes in, and I should be able to pay this easily without affecting other. So it was very, very easy for the investor to actually put that money down. So, and he told me last month that he has actually, it was over to about 2 or 3 years, he has repaid the money. So the structure is very, very important for you to scale up your business. Sorry, next slide. So let's go a bit deep. Okay. I'll be starting with the finance. Finance is like although some people will say sales, like, because without sales you can't even count money, you can't record anything. But however, there are some companies that actually they got their investment or their capital without even selling any product. It's very possible. I believe the first step is or the first block for you to lay as an entrepreneur, have a very good finance and accounting structure in place. So although some people they mistake these two terms, accounting is quite different from finance. Accounting is just about recording and reporting your income. We all know what income is: your expenses, your asset, and your liability. So asset is one of the place where most of us entrepreneurs. But asset is anything that you can control. If you can't control it, don't actually own it. Be able to control it. Control is one of the key factors. There's a full standard. If you're an accountant, you understand what I'm saying. There's a full standard. Actually, it was dedicated to this definition of asset. So asset is one of the most. You must be able to control it, full control of your asset, and it must actually generate an income for you. So basically, for our level, these two terms is what we should guide us, or what is an asset. And our liability is something that actually takes away from you, or let's say something you owe. Understand? Just I don't want to use too much technical terms. I'll go deeper. So then the second, we need budget. A budget is okay, like now you are into production of soap. You should have a kind of a pre-plan that okay, this month or this quarter I want to sell 1 million in terms of revenue. So you should be able to break that down into units. So what is your price per unit? And how much, or how long, or what if you multiply your unit times your current price per product, you'll be able to get that. So I think we should be able to use one of the most important tools for an entrepreneur is an Excel. As it to some basic extent, be able to use Excel. So just for you to just if you can use Excel, you can also use your notepad to do a kind of a simple computation. To meet 1 million naira, I must sell this at this price. So account payable and account receivable. Basically, account payable are what you need to be paying. You are into, like I said, let me keep with the soap manufacturer. You are producing soap. So your major expenses or your supplier, yeah, your account payable, those that you need to pay. You should have a kind of schedule. At the end of the session, I will share some template with the organizers. If you need it, you can actually meet with them. So you should have a kind of template that help you to monitor your payables, understand what you'll be paying out. And your receivables, these are actually very key. Receivables is a kind of asset. It's what you're actually spending for your customer. If you're into a business and you sell, you can sell in cash and you can sell in credit. If you sell in credit, you should be able to monitor those customers that are owing you. How long are they owing you for? They call it aging analysis. So there's a standard that says if your aging period is going above 30 days, that is a very big issue because that is money in bonds. So you should have a schedule or a record that actually monitors is that once it goes over 30 days, you should actually escalate. I will share a template on that too. So basically for accounting at this level, for bigger companies, it's more complex or it's more, but for this level, these are actually your key accounting structure you need to put in place. So for the finance is all about how you fund the money, how you get the money. So I was explaining the other time that we have two branches of how to source for money. It's either equity and it's debt. Presently, the interest rate in Nigeria is about 30%. So for SMEs, I think that is actually very expensive. So you'll be paying a lot of interest. And if your margin is not at least 50% or let's say 30%, 38% per year, or let's say 4-5% per month, you're actually working for the bank. Understand? So the equity is the type of economy we have. This part of financing is very difficult for SMEs, except you have a family and friends that actually trust in you and your dream. But most people go using debt, and debt is very, very expensive. Equity is just like you are selling a part of your company to an investor. About last month, I considered for they're into I think branding too. They're into branding. So they saw an investor that wanted to invest about 5 million into their business, but the guy was asking for 45% of their. And I said, no, you need to understand your number before you agree to this. So what I did was, there's what they call, you need to know the value of your business. How do you know the value of business? You need to, this is where this asset and liability comes in. All your assets, understand, that you buy in the name of your company, understand, you need to list them out, understand, from your car, using for your logistics, your equipment, your machineries, everything, you need to list them out. Then you go down to your inventory. Probably you produce some stuff and you have not sold it yet. It's part of your inventory. The amount of your money that I mentioned earlier around account receivable, they are part of your assets. Then go down to liability. Those you are owing. Understand? Okay, let's assume that all your assets is 1 million naira. Understand? Then you now go down. You are owing about 500,000. So the net is like you minus 1 million. Minus those you are in, that is 500,000. That means the value of your net value is 500,000. That the value will come to 500,000. But if you are owing people more, that means you'll be like minus 500,000. As the example I made earlier, that means you basically your business is not as valuable as you think. So at every point in time, you need to actually take stock or take count of the value of our business. So I told this lady when I did it, I valued the company about 45 million. Because one of their greatest assets is their Facebook page. You'll be surprised that your Facebook, your Instagram, they call it intangible assets. Intangible assets are assets that you can't see, but they actually bring in revenue. So for those of you that are into online, So your Facebook page, there's a model for valuing it. This is not as actually the scope of it, but you can actually value it based on how much you generate per month from your Twitter page, from your social media page. So it's actually an asset to your business. So after the evaluation, she realized that you can only sell just 12 or 11%, but the investor was not said he wants 45 million. Based on what? You must actually, opinion does not matter when you are making business decision. You must actually have your data. Understand? So I show the data, say no, you want 45 million. If you want this 45 million, you'll be giving about close to 20 something, 15 or 18 million. Consider that the value of our business is about 30 something million. So you must understand your number. Assuming she doesn't understand that number, she would have sold that company for less. So, so the second aspect is grant. Grant is not common, but if you can actually get a grant consultant that actually, if you're into majorly all these, into social enterprise. Social enterprise are like NGOs, you understand? There are a lot of grants awaiting you. And there's also some business, agro-business that actually grant worthy too. So the second aspect for finance is how you allocate. Okay, fine, you have this 100 million, but either from grants, either from debt, either from equity. How are you going to allocate it? Allocation is very important. We have either allocate it to capital. Capital, probably you want to buy an equipment, you want to buy a machinery, you want to buy a car or a motor van. Or the second is a recurrent expenditure. Probably you want to be spending it just monthly. Or so capital is basically just want to invest it in a very tangible asset. Next slide. Please, so we are going to do a very practical. This is a template for an income statement. So for every business, either you are into production or selling, can you move it a bit? Either move it to the. Okay. So this is a scenario for year one. Okay, this company sold 100 units at 500,000. The revenue is 50 million. Fine. Then the cost of sales. Your cost of sales is your direct cost. Understand? For someone that is selling soap, all these chemicals that they use in production of soap are the direct, they are your cost of sales. They are the key. So you must, like I said, you must understand your number, and you must be able to understand how to use percentages to actually get your cost of sales. So this person is making a gross profit of 15 million naira. And this 15 million naira, there are still some expenses. So those expenses, they call it OPEX, operating expenses. So you remove your sales and marketing, your Facebook ad spend, your salaries, your probably you expended some product on research and development, your communication cost, all expenses. Just for I'm just trying to do more of an example. So let's assume that this total expense is 7.5. So this is the profit. That is, they call it net profit. Understand? This is net profit after removing the gross profit of 15 million from your OPEX. So let's go to year two. So fortunately, the company improved. They sold 1,000 units at the same price per unit. Now their revenue is now 500 million. But we notice that there's a direct relationship between revenue and cost of sales. Because once you shoot up your revenue, that means your cost of sales will actually shoot up. So they make 150 million, which is actually very fine. And their expenses too, so the net profit is 102 million. So let's move to year three. So they sold 2,000 at the same price, then they are making 1 billion, and their cost of sales is 850. Can someone tell me what happened? If you notice, their net profit is 150 at year two, and year three, their net profit is also 1. Can someone tell me what actually happened? Why are you making 1 billion and you are still having 150 as your gross profit? And year two, you also make 500 million. You made times 2 in year three, but the same net profit. And so, anyone? the cost of sale, because you don't see the cost of sale shoot up. What actually happened here is that for most businesses, once there is part of negotiation comes in. Once you notice your revenue is actually shooting up, you need to renegotiate your units per price of your cost. Understand? For someone you are buying, okay, let me use a practical sense. Of we all know the baby foods. So they used to buy before they moved to their fat when they were still at Hallelujah. They used to buy from one woman at so she supplies the gari and the package. So when they saw a big order, she wanted to maintain the price at the same. When you I'm ordering like 100 units from you before, you now times 2 or times 5 and you want to maintain the same price. This is where our negotiation skills needs to come in as an entrepreneur. You need to negotiate downward because you're actually getting more now. So you need to negotiate. So I think these men, they lose focus on their negotiation time. You need to negotiate lower because you're actually the economic of scale of the supply is actually increased. So it needs to reduce our cost per sale. So we need to we need to understand our numbers. Once you understand your numbers and you work it, you'll be able, it will be very easy for you to negotiate. So if you notice that number actually led to a loss. In accounting, if you have a bracket in the figure, it means negative. I mean, that is a loss. So the numbers, the mathematics we do in our business actually have a profound impact on our business. But you understanding an income statement, just the basic, you don't need to be an accountant. Just understanding the basic will actually help your business a lot. You need to run your numbers every month. Am I actually making profit or am I actually making loss? Okay, you can move on. Full of time. Next slide, sir. Okay, let's move to the sales and marketing. Okay, I'm not really a marketing expert, but based on experience, these are actually the circle that is very, very critical for our size. So you need a market strategy. You need to do a market strategy. Okay, how am I going to enter this market? I will show us another model after this slide. The second, you need to have a sales channel. How am I going to be selling my product? Understand? How am I going to sell my service? Lead generation is very important. The more lead generation you have, the more your prospects and the more sales you are going to close. So once you have probably, I know it can be very expensive to do but you need to spread your, the more people you target, the more you'll be able to get at least. Some people ask you, how much? Well, out of that, how much, you actually get a potential and a buyer. And follow up, you need to be able to follow up your customer. So you need a kind of, if you can't afford a CRM tool for now, and Excel, I also shared templates for you to just track your prospects, understand? Call them, send an email, what is the update? Do you want me to send this order out? Just follow up. You'll be surprised that some of them will just close the sale. So follow up is very important. If you don't know how to follow up, you won't be able to sell. That's just, you need to be able to follow up. Don't be, she'll get back to me. A lot of people have already forgotten they place the order. Please follow up and you close the sale. Then another key aspect is branding. So branding is very important. Like I mentioned earlier, I was able to, it was into packaging. One of the key aspects of our valuation is branding. You understand? Your branding, which includes your intangible asset, like I mentioned. So people know that, okay, like once they see your logo, they know this is the business. Once they see your logo, your branding is very key. And the way to actually invest in branding, you're actually sponsoring an event like this. Understand? Have a kind of ad, they'll do a strategy ad, do a lot of event and sponsorship articles on newspapers and news outlets. So all the digital marketing has actually made it very easy for advertising. Like before, most of us can't afford billboard. A billboard in Lagos at Alao costs about 150 million now. Imagine spending 150 million on, you can't even, so, but digital marketing is cheaper to some extent, cheaper, and you can actually measure. Unlike billboard, you can't measure billboard, you can't actually measure. But digital marketing, you'll be able to measure. At least Facebook can send you analytics of those that actually click your product. Understand? So I think these are just basic for our level. So, sir, move to the next. Okay, so for those of us that are in that study accounting, business admin, I'm sure you'll be very familiar with this model. So this is what they call an answer matrix model. It's just a strategy for you to know what to do at a particular point of time. Probably you want to launch a new product or you want to enter a new market. So if you're entering into a new market, understand, a new market and with an existing product, okay, let me start with an existing market with an existing product, you use a market penetration strategy. But if you are launching into a new new product and an existing market, use a product development strategy. If you are launching a new market and an existing product, you use a market development strategy. Or if the product and the market are new, you diversification strategy. So this is actually very simple that can actually guide us on how to build our strategy. Okay, you can move to the next slide. Okay, the next one is legal and regulatory compliance. But this is actually one of the most important that most of us don't really put our mind on. So for contracts, please always write and sign oral agreements on all business deals. Understand? If you have a verbal communication with probably a supplier, Jeremiah supplier, mini 10, okay, multiple, and you've agreed the price, please just chat the person up or text. Further to our conversation about 2 hours ago, you confirm that you'll be selling so at low price per unit, so and you deliver just a kind of summary. It's very, very important because we are human beings and what will I use this word? We tend to go back on agreements. Understand? That is the nature of women. But one of the things that actually help you is to have it written down. Nobody can deny what they have. Just send it to them. Let them acknowledge, if possible. Please acknowledge. It's very, very important. Acknowledge. I'm sure there are some lawyers here that will agree with me. The second aspect is partnership and investment agreement. If you are going into any investment agreement, that is just a given. Just get a lawyer. I'm sure they are very expensive, but you can get, if you know some of your friends that are actually lawyers, they can help you please pay them. And they have a simple agreement. A lot of people will use these new AI bots, but it can't, what an AI can do. There are some clauses you need that an AI won't capture, that a lawyer that has been trained will actually capture. So the last one, documentation is key. So when I was doing my early stage of accounting, when I was building my professional life, I lost about 2 million because I could not document one invoice. Well, once you send an invoice to a customer, understand, they should acknowledge, understand, advocate, because they can really deny that this was not submitted or this receipt was not sent. So documentation is very, very important. Now it's now very easy. I easily use softwares to send an invoice out, put it on your drive for future reference. So also, the government aspect of the regulatory compliance, your taxes. If you're into business and you're doing at least 20 million, 15, 20 million per month, please, very soon, FRS will come knocking at your door. Because so there's these back-end FRS and CBN they are doing. CBN send them a kind of a monthly report of businesses that are doing between 5 million to 20 million. 20 million to 100 million, understand? And if they check their tax pro platform and they are not paying taxes, it's actually a big problem. So you need to clean your books. Because next year, you all know, the government will be very aggressive on taxes. Yesterday, the price per crude oil is about $70, and they already benchmark for around $90, $100. So next year, the government, they need more revenue, they need more money. And what they will actually looking at is taxes. So as an entrepreneur, please start, for our level, the basic taxes are VAT. So VAT and withholding tax, understand, please. They are very, get a consultant if you can't do it. So the regulatory certificates are also very, very important, especially for those of us that are into production. Your NAFDAC, your CAC certificate, SON, as the case may be. Licenses are also very, very important if you're into service. So risk management, this one I will just touch briefly on it. Credit risk. So you need to have a kind of a mini risk strategy. Credit risk is simply the ability of your customer that they will not pay you. If you can remember earlier, I said if your aging is above 30 days, you need to start escalating. So once it's above 90, 100 days, the probability of you getting that money is about 50%. So in accounting, we provide for we call it doubtful debt. That means I can get it. Once it's after 180 days, we call it bad debt. Understand? So please, very, very important. So you have to have a credit risk management on how, okay, if at the end of the day, I'm not getting money, what will happen? So this credit risk is very important. Another one is the market risk. Market risk is, okay, you already, you've done your budget, I'll sell 100 units. But when you get to the market, you'll be very surprised that your competitors are more aggressive. So you end up selling 10 or maybe 15 units. You have to have a risk strategy on how to actually reduce that impact. Either building more products or doing more advertisements. So the last one is cyber security risk, which is very common to those of us that are into, that have online. You can easily hack your Facebook, and like I said, that is your asset. Once they hack your Facebook account, you start from scratch, and you know how difficult is it for you to get likes and these days. So you need to take cyber security very, very important. Use 2FA factors for all your business pages. They are very, very, very important so you not lose it. Next stage. So I was just trying to explain here on how to go about the cyber. So for those of us that have a website that people pay, probably the order to a website probably is these are very, very important. Next slide. So the next one is the tools and tech tools that you can leverage on as an entrepreneur to scale up. So the first one is the project man. You can actually Google Trello. Although most of these are actually they are basic, but there are some that you have to pay for. But if you have the money, they actually worth it. So there's Trello, there's Jira. So probably you have a plan to launch a product by first quarter of next year. You can actually use this platform and tools to actually have a kind of vision board on how to go about it. Then your Google Workspace too is I think Google charge about 900 naira for their Google Space and all. So for finance, we have Sage. We have Stage 1. For SME, Stage 1 is best. We have QuickBook. We have Counter. Counter is actually one of our products. We have Google Sheets. So I think if you can't afford, because these are quite expensive, I use Google Sheets. Google Sheets is very, very easy for you to use. Then sales and marketing, Zoho CRM is a very good platform. Canva, I'm sure most of us are aware. Hotspot and Mailchimp for your email marketing. Next slide. So supply chain and operations. I'm sure you all agree with me that if you're into, especially for those into production, please who are into production, if you're into production, if you produce, production of products, you produce, what do you produce? Okay, what is your major key operational challenge out of these four? The first is raw material. The second is inventory. The second is logistics, transport. Last one is quality control. Which one is your major? Thank you. Okay, so as an SME, if you're into production, this key, you need to actually find a strategy on how to actually put them under control, because they can actually make your business to go to fail, especially the inventory management. You can't imagine when you get an order of probably times 2 of what you have on your inventory. So I have a template of inventory for SMEs. I also add it to what I'll be sending to the organizers. Okay, logistics too is very key. If you are outsourcing your logistics, you know it can be very, very can be a pain in the ass if you are outsourcing your logistics. Quality control is what determines if a customer will repeat purchases. So quality control, logistics, inventory management, and reliable raw material supply. These are 4 key supply chain and operation strategies you must actually put in place for you to scale up. Excellent. Okay, so I'm rounding off. I recommend these. You can snap it. They are very good books on how to scale your business. The personal MBA, I have an audio I also share with the organizers and listen to it probably when you are driving or you are less busy. The personal MBA, scaling up by Venn, and this last one, Jewish wisdom for business. This is a very good book. You know, one of the, if you're a Muslim here, by reading the Quran, you notice that Allah made a lot of reference to the Jews. And one of the unique things, Allah said in the Quran that Allah gave them knowledge. So they have a knowledge is an edge. Knowledge is a leverage. If you have knowledge, that actually is a leverage for your business. So when I was reading this book, I actually enjoy a lot of things there. But one of the things that the Jew, actually, they have these, they are very brave, understand? No matter what, they actually do, they must see it to their end. And their food, at the rate of, when they are baby around 2 or 3 years, they give them this nut, walnut, and there's a fish they give to them so that it can actually boost their brain. And also mint leaf mixed with honey, as a tea. It actually, the knowledge is a leverage. If you have knowledge, you can actually get things done. You can actually get more done. So these 3 books are very key. If you're an entrepreneur, please snap and get online and get free PDF copy. Next slide. Okay, so in conclusion, develop solid business model, structure, and strategy based on everything that we have said so far. Leverage on technology and automation. Finance and accounting is the life and language of your business. Play by the rule, that is the legal and the regulatory. With the customer service, satisfaction is key for more sale. In fact, Amazon, they don't joke with their customer service. Amazon is one of the biggest company by valuation in the world. So they have a kind of, they created this department, customer success department. Understand? They have a KPI set that a customer must be fulfilled. It must fulfill a particular order or need of this customer. But they know that once you satisfy your customer, they will repeat purchase. So please, I know some customer can be very rude, but just let's be calm. I had the laundry in Lagos, so there's a particular customer. I had to tell my guy to do his cloth about 4 or 5 times before he was satisfied. Okay, fine. Because if you don't satisfy them, they won't come back. So, especially if I'm into service or even product. So product and service quality control is also very key. So these are actually the takeaways from next slide. Okay, thank you. That is my contact in case you want to reach out for more explanation, consultation, and other things I discussed earlier. So thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you guys for a resounding applause for one of our facilitators, Mr. Munir Kolawole, who has done, how do I put it now? Borrow me some.
Exceptionally.
I don't want to use justice, so you guys will not ask me justice of which court. But one more time, please give him a round of applause. Let's celebrate him. He has done a great job. And I want to believe we have been able to pick 1 or 2 things from what he has said. Don't worry, you have any question for any of our facilitators, just put them in a written form. You can pass it across to the beautiful lady standing beside me. At least she's taller than some people, so you can see her from that end. A quick one, we're going to complete our introduction now, then we'll do a little icebreaker. I know where we're starting from, but this time around we'll be very fast with it because we are behind schedule time. But before I go on with the introduction, let me introduce one of our panelists. He came in a while ago, and he came in company of, not yet, not this. He came in company of one of our honorables in town. About, I want to say people of God. But ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome with me Mr. Toyib Ajayi. Please give him a round of applause. Can you please stand up for recognition? Yes, he is one of our panelists. And with him this, you can please have your seats. With him this afternoon, joining us on this program is Honorable Pelumi Ojo. He's a senior special assistant to the Governor of Osun State on Environment. You can stand up for recognition, please. Yeah, thank you for coming around. You know, these are humble honorables. See the way you stood and say, You get? More people like me don't have money yet, but I'm still proud. So let's quickly do our introduction. Let's complete it. Quickly, for people that just joined us, you're just going to tell us your name, what you do, and possible means through which people can get you. You see that sister now? The way she introduced herself, she got a job with, and already got a job with our KBC here too. So, quick, let's just do it. These two, last 3 rows, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sadiq Abayomi. I'm the founder of the Print Hub. Buying to products, packaging, be it on bags, your stickers, and your boxes. And reach us on our social media, same handle at the Print Hub. Thank you. At the Print Hub, the Print Hub, Print HUB Hub.
Good afternoon. My name is Akinbajo Ahmed Ayobami. I'm a photographer and also a video. Also, I create content. Reach out to me on my Instagram handle, AA Visuals. AA Visuals.
Good day, everyone. My name is Akitunde Yusuf. I'm the creative director of Akin's Touch. So I sew make clothes, and I'm also into interior decoration. That's my social media handle is at Akin's Touch. At Akin's Touch, AKINS Touch. That's it. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tao Precious Temitokwe. I'm the creative director at Temitete Fashion. It's Temi_Titi_fashion on Instagram. So we are a fashion brand that deals with unisex wear, focusing majorly on ready-to-wear. And also, we offer services for events, service like souvenir, customized tote bags, and I'm also a public health practitioner.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Olayemi Aufe. Yeah, I'm a founder of Editor. Yeah, it's a beauty salon. Yeah, that's my business side. So my normal day job is I'm a data and business intelligence engineer. So that's what I do, my normal day job. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Toluwanimi Olawale. I am from Osun State. I am a virtual assistant, and I help businesses, individuals, and organizations streamline their operations and achieve their goals. And I hope to start a business in future. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Johnson Temitokwe Oluwa Gloria. I run cleaning services like residential cleaning, commercial cleaning, fumigation, and pest control. I help people who are too busy to go to market, which is Markets Made Easy. You can check us on Instagram at Glotem Cleaning Services and Markets Made Easy. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Steven. I'm basically into printing. I'm the founder of Idon Trendy Wears. A clothing brand. I'm also into social media publicity. You can get in touch with me through my Twitter handle, to Steve _. Thank you.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Olariwaju. I'm the director of a group of companies, branches across Kwara State and Osun State. We are into real estate, technology, and agri. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Olowa Bimbola Rachel. I am an academic writer and a research analyst. I use data analysis to draw insights to make meaningful contributions to problems in the society. And I'm also currently taking courses on community building, and I'm also a certified public speaker. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Adeyemi Francisca, and I'm the creative director at Double Infinity Crochet, where we make crochet items for people, and we also teach people how to crochet. And I'm also a pharmacist, and you can reach out to me on Twitter via at Double Infinity. Thank you.
All right. Person.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Florence. I'm a baker. I bake cakes, and you can reach out to me on Instagram, the Baker Next Door, or Instagram, Cakes and More.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Koim Abiola. I'm a data analyst. I also have a business called Bio Global Resources, based of farm and best phone and computer accessories. And then, thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Anthony Olanipego is my name, founder Propagas Ventures. We are into selling of all types of nylon. We provide nylons for your business, everything. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Okemaike Abiodun, founder of My Truth Ventures. We deal with all kind of online registration and subscription like data, airtime, and utility payments as well. And we also sell gadgets like laptop and accessories. Currently learning advanced learning in product design and video editing. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Tunji Jane. I'm representing One Wake Up Engine. We are cab services in Osogbo. All we do is airport drops, interstate trips. Also, we do tours. You can reach out to us on at One Wake Up Engine on all our social media. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you.
I will come to every other person soon. Don't worry. We started with the front row when we started the program. So our introduction will take 3 different sessions. So the Protestants, Emperor, the Protestants Church, you hold on. I am the anchor of this show. So you are on my show, and I am the host. Worst case scenario, I will ask the chief security officer of this place to bundle you out. All right, no, without no further delay, now we want to move quickly so that we can. Don't worry, the remaining set of people, you are going to introduce yourself. Be rest assured, every one of us will get to meet each other. And the beautiful thing, you know, when I go for events like this, one of those things I love the most is when you check the program outline and you see something like lunch break, you know. No, I don't like tea break because most of the time they just give you two abala bread and it won't take any. But when you see lunch, you have option of picking between amala, nabula, and rice and beans. You know, all those things are very important. But without no further delay, let me leave you in the hands of Semiloluwa as she takes over the next activity. then I will come back, then you get to see me again. Thank you guys for coming around.
Hello, everyone, once again. Are we tired? You're looking tired. Are we tired? Okay, looking at the time now, we're moving on to the next thing, which is the panel section. And we have wonderful people, exceptional people, intelligent people, great speakers who are here to be attending to our questions. Just as Oladeji said, that if you have any questions as regard the two sections that we've had, the mental health and also structure with businesses and SMEs, you can do well to put them into writing.
All right, I'm sorry for breaking you. Actually, there is something I missed. Before we go into the panel session, for like 3, 4, 5 minutes, let me invite Mr. Tohib Ajayi. Just pitch something to all of us again. From there, we'll just move to. So this is what you do: introduce the panelists, let them come up front. Then Mr. Tohib will speak. Then we'll go ahead with the panel session. Thank you.
Okay, our panelists this afternoon, we have Mr. Muniru Kolawole. Move forward, sir. Please, let's put our hands together for him. Let's put our hands together for him. Also, the next that I will be calling on is Mrs. Abiba Adedoyin, the creative director of Abiba Cakes and Confectionery. She's a cake artist, author, and instructor at the Abiba Cakes Online Academy. You're welcome, ma'am. All right, the next person that I will be calling on is someone exceptionally great, Osato Omawenka. You're welcome, ma. Please welcome her to the front. You can enjoy the chair. All right, amazing people. We will be calling on Mr. Tohib to give us his word. You're welcome, sir. Let's have him forward. Let's put our hands together for him.
Good afternoon. As you all know, I'm a tire sculptor, artist, works on recycling tires. Mining my work under an challenge. So, to start with, will be we as an entrepreneur, we have to consider something like we are not just going to be about the success of our business, but how and also where we contribute to the environmental problems, where we can solve everything amicably in different ways. Where my own comes in as artist is I strictly work on tires, and there are other materials which we all can actually recycle, but I have choose my own line of working, and medium I actually choose tire, and we have a lot of other materials that others can actually go into. But I'm going to be speaking on my own part. We all come here not with bicycle, even if it's bicycle, it has tires, and we also come with automobiles that also make use of tires, and we make use of tires every. Now, if we consider what's the harmful part of the tires, they are designed for our own comfort and solidly designed. But it's a very tough material that takes time to break down to particles. We Nigerians, we consume over 3 million tires, waste tires. So we generate over 3 million waste tires annually. Now, and each tire will take approximately 50 to 80 years to gradually break down into particles. That's a lot of tires, which means some of us, some tires are older than us here. and they occupy space, fill the space, generate environmental pollutions, and we have to find solution to that. By making use of them, we have to upcycle the tires, which is what I'm doing in my own field as a sculptor. I make tires with amazing sculptures as a symbol of sustainability, not just artwork. Every one of us can as well do the same thing from our own feed. I don't know if I can have some pictures. Okay, please. Potential. And each sculptures I create, I use a lot of tires, over 3,000 pieces of tires, from 5,000, from 700 pieces, and I've really saved a lot of tires from the planet Earth. And those tires, by the time they fill the space, they harbor mosquitoes and different types of mosquitoes, and we all know mosquitoes. They are so carrier of many diseases, especially malaria and fever, and we all have a lot of tires in our environment. The environment is what we see every day. We are talking about circular economy, and we all know presently circular economy increasingly gaining attention in the entrepreneurship world. We all can actually create a lot of things in that aspect where you will get your attentions to make your money and you also save the planet. Now, if you work with other materials like tire, cartons, plastics, nylons, jean materials, all these are waste products. We have a lot of them. We can think about something we can create out of it. A lot is there to do. But in my own tire, just as I said, I make use of car tires, motorcycle tires, and truck tires in creating my sculptures, and this really takes a lot of time. It's still just material, but to an extent, I've been able to contribute to the sustainability. So we all should think in that perspective in working with recycled materials. It really helps a lot, and it will also save you money. It will save you a lot of money in purchasing your materials because they are waste materials, so you can easily get them cheap to work with. While at the end, it's your own income from that, and you've saved the plan. These are some of my works. That is rhino, but I don't call that rhino. It's a symbol of sustainability. Those are tires that are supposed to be littering the environment. So I've been able to use that to create an art piece to beautify the environment at the same time serving purpose. And other sculptures are also there, but basically this is what it stands for, symbol of sustainability. I recycle this, I guess I use over 350 tires. It's a smaller piece of workshop, about 5 feet. And with this, I source for my tires all over the community, the environment. I have people that source for tires for me. I can pay them, but at least it's a process towards the sustainability I have choose, and I've been that part. There are other mediums like jumps, using of irons, using of plastic, but I choose tire and I've worked with it. If we can continue with, well, we still have a lot of things to do with tires. I alone cannot make use of all the tires. So other people can come into that field where you make belts, bags, chairs, and furniture with tires. A lot can be done with tires. So these are basically recycled or upcycled materials, upcycled materials in these tires. Then, this can I get the, okay. This is an image of, these are strictly what I do with tires exactly. My last work in, I work on one Godzilla where I use over 3,000 pieces of tires in the space of 6 months. So if I'm able to use 3,000 pieces of tires within the space of 6 months, imagine what I will make use of in a year, 2 years, 3 years. And these things are very important for us to work on. One thing I would like also to show is the process of the work. So it's a tough material, but all I use is knife in cutting those tires and slicing those tires. No tools for it. So which means if you are going into use of materials like this, you don't need much tool. It only takes you few equipment and you are good to go. With that, you are saving a lot of money for yourself, but rendering service to the environment is very, very important. All of us can do something. I want all of us to look into the aspect of recycling. It's very important because we really have a lot of materials to work on. For the coming generations, we shouldn't spoil the planet Earth for them, please. So basically, this is what I have to tell you about the tire sculptures, but I would have loved you to see the process, but I don't think I have the process here. That's the piece I was just talking about. I did this in Ife, and it's about. Hold on, please. You see these two images here? This is in India. I did that in a symposium in India, and you see a lot of tires being wasted. So we all are concerned about waste materials, how to go about it, recycling materials.
Thank you so much, Mr. Toyib. Please, let's put our hands together for Mr. Toyib. Let's put our hands. We can do better. We can do better. Seeing those images, if we haven't had the opportunity to see those images, we wouldn't understand what he was actually talking about, and we wouldn't know how great what he's talking about is. Well done once again, Mr. Toyib. And Miss Osato, I am so sorry there was a mix-up. I am so sorry. Mr. Toyib Ajayi will be joining the panelists. Thank you so much. Okay, just as let's put our hands together for him. Just as I said earlier that we will, if you have a question as regard the two trainings that we've had or the two speakers who spoke, you can put them into writing and pass them to me so we can ask our panelists those questions. But a quick one before we move on to our panelists. I have a quick question for some of our beautiful faces that I'm seeing here. You all are looking stunning. You're looking amazing. Okay, if you are to be a vegetable, what kind of vegetable would you be and why? Somebody will say efotete, oriaite. If you were to be a vegetable, what type of vegetable would you be? Okay, this bro is smiling. What kind of vegetable would you be? Ewedu? And why? Okay, sir, if you were to be a vegetable, what kind of vegetable would you be? Do why?
I'll be edible.
Edible. This bro last so. Okay, I can see another sis here. If you were to be a vegetable, what vegetable would you be? Or you want to eat? You don't want to be eating. All right, that was on a lighter mood. Now let's move back to our panelists. Okay, first and foremost, we all know why we are here this afternoon, and this is, we're talking about building scalable businesses. And building a scalable business means creating a company that can grow, expand its operation, revenue, and customer base without being hindered by its own structure, processes, and resources. A scalable business can increase revenue without a proportional increase in cost, expand into new markets or geographies without significant operation. And in the world we live in today, in Nigeria that we are in today, we know how difficult it can be to build a scalable business. And I know that we all have one question or the other for amazing panelists. So we will be starting. But from my hand, I have a question here for our panelists before we move on to the question of our audience. Okay, the first question is, what are the essential structural elements that a small to medium-sized enterprise should have in place to ensure scalability and viability? Ma'am, I will be throwing the question to you, ma'am.
Okay, let me get the question again. Structural what? Okay, when we say elements, are we talking, I'm trying to understand the question, it's a bit confusing. So when you say structural elements that a small business is supposed to have in order to be able to scale your business. Oh, okay. Okay, first thing I'll say is flexibility. A small business should be flexible to change because I found people, women, that were growing and succeeding as operators. And so it helped